I grew up in a musical family where Puerto Rican traditional music was played a lot. My father played cuatro, which is a 10-string guitar, particular to Puerto Rico. And since he was the only one in the 60s that would play it in Detroit, I used to see all the musicians come to my house. When some musicians weren't performing that particular night, they would take their drums to Clark Park and start drumming. I used to live on Toledo, would walk down to Vernon, and as soon as I turned the corner on Junction and Vernon, I would hear the drums play. The people in the neighborhood, particularly Caribbean islanders, whether they were Dominican, Cuban, or Puerto Rican, primarily Puerto Rican, they would just, hey, let's have some fun. Because it was just kind of a impromptu, what they call rumba, bembe, which is a jam session. The way we saw it back then is that our cultures were so denigrated, looked down upon, that to actually perform that kind of music or do that kind of theater or dancing was a reaffirmation of being proud of our culture. So for many of us, we thought that alone was striking a political statement. When I was younger, community festivals were the norm in the city of Detroit. You have music festivals, they don't tend to be community festivals. I mean, every single weekend we could go to a different part of the city and we had our pick of community music festivals. And that's how people learned from each other. That's how I learned how to really play drums, drum circles, because that is the main way Latin Caribbean kids and others used to learn drums. The conditions were there were a lot of cross-cultural interaction. It was that ambience. Plus, at the same time, nationally, you had the civil rights movement, so these people were affected by that. The anti-war movement, the growing women's movement. So, people of my generation, a little bit older, were right in the middle of all of that. So it affected their music. For me, it's never been about money, never. And most of the musicians that play this music, even those that are commercially successful, they normally don't make a living off of this. Internationally, this music is really well respected. I don't think it'll go away. It hasn't gone away even after decades of change. My father and I had a real strained relationship growing up, but the one thing that he gave me was this love culture. And for that, I'll forever be indebted to him. Because I can't consider myself Ozzie without that. It's part of who I am.